What's good, everybody? Wait for some people to come in. What up, Kid Roscoe? What up, Lee Norman? What's good with y'all? We'll talk about some things that Jerry Jones said today. What's good, Stephen Arthur? What's good with you? Joy Covington, hello, how you doing? Can everybody hear me good? Let me know you can hear me good. What's up, Dan? I don't know the last name. Sorry, I don't know how to say that last name, but what's up with you? What's good, Anthony? I'm going to talk about some things that I heard Jerry Jones say. And it, it's funny because it really, it's funny. I'm gonna just keep it real. What's up, Metro? You know how you know you're my dog Mucho, but Metro Boomin on this mall. You know, I always think about that. Blue Silver. Do I think they will fire Mike Nolan? They should. There's no reason. I mean, Jerry Jones was already talking about it today, how he didn't like how the defensive scheme went. He should have did it different. So I don't know how you keep a Mike Nolan. It's the worst defense they've had in forever. They may set a record that's haven't been broken in like 40 years. I don't even know what that record is, but I know it's not a good record. That's all I know. Um, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why you would bring a Mike Nolan back. That would just be totally dumb. What up? What up, Cecil Johnson? What's good with you? I mean, but listen, I'm gonna talk to y'all about something that, listen, we can talk about this and we can talk about that. I want to talk to y'all about some stuff, man, first that it, I I don't want to sound like the pessimistic cowboy guy, and it ain't just because of this season, it's just because it keeps on happening and it just makes me feel this way. So I don't know if you're the optimistic cowboys, if you are the optimistic cowboy, I'm not. I don't know if you want to be here. I'm not going to just throw dirt on the grave or anything like that. But when we talk about the draft and when we talking about free agency and when we talk about signing Dak and we talking about signing players, it always comes down to the front. When you see these other teams that are being successful year in and year out, it's not just because of the coaches. It's not because they hired the right coach. It is because they did hire the right coach and he got a good staff. But it's because the front office is making good personnel decisions year in and year out to keep that team competitive. And as long as that is happening, you're going to feel good about your team. If that is not happening, if there is instability at the front or the top, it's always going to be at the bottom chaos. It just always is. You may win some games because you'll have talent, and talented teams will win games no matter what. But you won't ever go to the apex, and you won't consistently go to the apex because only the consistent best stay at the top. If you're not consistently the best, you will not be at the top. If you're consistently mediocre, you will stay in that middle level mediocre. Like you can be good. We've seen plenty of businesses be mediocre or be good, but not great, and they just flounder. They're never going anywhere, but they're never, terrible. It's never terrible for them, but they're never going anywhere. And you kind of know it when you look at them. You never look at them as a threat. Like you look at them as afar, as a business, and you're like, yeah, they're pretty good, but you know what? They ain't got what it takes, so we ain't ever gonna worry about them. So they can go ahead and get their things back and forth. They'll make some profit here and there, but they ain't never gonna take the prize. So over here, we ain't ever gonna worry about them because they mediocre. And that's what I feel like we are as an organization. Well, the Cowboys are as an organization. Um, yes, are they in good cap financial cap? Yeah. Do they have good drafts? Yeah. But fundamentally, it's still broken. And this is how I say it. Because when I listen to this guy, Jerry Jones, what's going on? Cindy Henson, Michael Ryan, Texas girl, what's going on? But I just want to show y'all something. What up, what up, Ready Red? Let me read something to you. And this is why the Cowboys keep on going in circles. Y'all can agree, or if y'all want to, y'all not. It's up to y'all. It's your choice. But this is the reason why when we talk about draft and we talk about these players, see, it don't matter when you still got this kind of stuff still going on. Jerry Jones saying, this is our GM who's 78 years old. He's still making personnel decisions and he does have his hand on draft, everything. So he has his hand in every single thing. He's already said it. Um, I'm seeing really, this is what he said, you know, on 105 the fan today. I'm seeing really good effort. I see guys that are trying to do, trying to work through the problem, trying to get better. Jones made it clear that he wished he didn't make so many defensive changes leading into the season. He puts blame on the coaches and himself as the GM. I'm gonna give you a hand clap, one little tiny hand clap, not a big hand clap, one tiny hand clap because you said that you blamed on the coaches and yourself as the GM. I didn't really hear that kind of a blame when I heard it on 105 The Fan. It wasn't like, you know what, I messed up, I made the mistake. It's more like, well, if it's talking with the coaches, then it's coming up to the GM. Jerry Jones don't really ever just say it's my fault. He deflects it to where it's saying, well, you see, obviously it is bad because you see how it is, but he don't ever just say I was wrong. I made the mistake. I did this. He just can't do it. He got too much pride for that. But anyway, that's just my own thoughts. Then Jerry Jones downplayed. I don't really care about this. Who cares if we got flex? Who cares if the Cowboys got flex and they're not a major good? Let them be flex because don't we ain't worthy to be watching. Dallas is 3-9. Who wants to watch the 3-9 Cowboys? This team ain't good. Okay, so he downplays the Dallas Cowboys getting flexed out of their primetime game. Some of the biggest ratings we've ever had have been on Sunday afternoon. That's not a bad strategy to put the Cowboys in a potentially lesser slot and have more eyeballs watch the NFL. I mean, that's the way you're going to spin it, but you don't like that. Deep down inside, you hate that. You want to be on every primetime game because it's the Cowboys, it's the brand. You don't like that. But of course, you're going to spin it because you're good. You know how to talk in the media. That's how you get money. I mean, I've seen plenty of salesmen out there, you know what I mean, that'll slick talk you. I mean, I was a salesman. You know what I'm saying? I sold phones, I sold a lot of things. But one thing I did when I did sell products, I never try to really try to get people. You feel me? Because it would bother me. You know what I'm saying? Hey ho, my dog Ron Smith with the $1 holla. Appreciate you, dog. What's up, Bobby? Bobby Digital, what's up? That's really my not Bobby Digital, my dog, but what's up? Deshaun Taylor Phoenix in the building. What's up? Was it Kumar Nation? What up, Tay Tay? But anyway, what I was saying is that, I hate when I lose my train of thought. I should just stay where I'm at and I lose my train of thought. But it's just how he tries to spin it. You know, Jerry Jones always wants to be on TV. He always wants to be in the air. He always wants to be there. Um, just wanted to basically say that it's like the same thing. It's a new coach and it's the same thing. Just listen to some other things. I got my train of thought back. I'm sorry I get distracted. Um, when he says, I will say this, like anybody, you got a lot of do-overs. I like to start again on how we approach our defense this year. I like to start that over again. I'd start right there on the first day. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, Jerry? And then you come back and say, here's the control freak in them. Do you have any do you have any idea how much I'd write a check for if I knew for sure I could get that Lombardi trophy, it is the first and foremost thing, not money. I had money when I bought the Cowboys. That's never been but one thing, and that is the win. Okay. And then he comes out and says, "This is when I guess he's taking the blame." Um, I guess this is where he's going to change. This is where he's the Jerry saying he's changing. Let me get this. Pull it up right now. Hold on. Here we go. When you work for yourself, I get that. There's nothing wrong with working for yourself. I like working for myself because I don't like listening to people neither. But I do listen to people. If I'm running my own business and I got people around me, I'm gonna keep it real. And I've already done this in my life because I have run businesses before. But if I am the head guy of a business, this is gonna be my business straight up. It is gonna be my business. I'm gonna run my business, but I'm gonna get a tight ass circle, and I'm gonna get people I know I can trust. I'm gonna get riders. I'm gonna get dogs I know I can really trust. That's gonna really help me do this. And if we can't get that trust or something happens, then I'm gonna remove you out the way and I'm gonna get something because my thing is I ain't trying to do everything and put my hand in everything. You know what I mean? You gotta have trust. That's what it's about. The reason why you keep having your hand in everything and you don't have nobody else have anything. Number one, you got that family shit going on, but it's because you don't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't trust nobody, that's why it goes like this. So when he says when you work for yourself, there's no firing him. I feel you on that. I ain't mad at that. You got to change him. Sounds good. And he's got to change that direction he's going. I've worked all my life for myself, but I've had to change direction many times. So I will change. I can change. That sounds great to me, but I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. You know, I'm you still talking about if I had all the money, I had all the money in the world, I just buy a Lombardi trophy. Like, yeah, I can control this. I can just buy this. I can just buy that. You know, dog, as long as we still got that still going on at the top where you're saying those type of things in the media, I don't hear other general managers talking in the media. I don't hear other owners who are the general managers talking in the media saying these type of things. You know what I mean? And because you delusional is because and do you really want to win? Or is it really a me thing? Do you really everybody says Jerry just wants to win. Jerry wants to win so bad. Does he? Ask yourself, does he really want to win? I hear all these players and all that, and players can get on me and not listen to me. I don't give a hell. But does he really want to win? It's because he spends his money. Does he? Hey, like I said, I don't hate on Jared for being self-made, getting his money. I ain't mad at that. But you can't spend them lies to me no more. You spent it to me when I was younger, didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And people want to say, oh, it's the easiest thing to blame this and that. Oh, it could be coaching. Well, how many coaches have we had and there's no winning? There's got to be something wrong with that. And guess what? There was one, two, three, four, five, including Mike McCarthy, as new head coaches this year. One was a college coach, and Matt Rule. He came from Baylor. Joe Judge. He is a rookie head coach. Ron Rivera is not a rookie head coach. He went coached with the Panthers and went to a Super Bowl. Kevin Stefanski was the offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings last year. Um, and Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, first of all, I'm gonna talk about him right here in a second, but I'm not saying these are impressive records. Matt Rule's 4-8. You would expect that as a rookie college coach. Joe Judge, they won like what, four in a row? Is it five in a row? Four in a row? And he's got them playing hard and tough. He's got that defense. He got them good right coordinators, right coaches. He got them defense playing tough. Ron Rivera, defense, playing tough. Quarterback, Alex Smith, selling the offense down. That's good coaching. And what's so crazy about it, I didn't think the Washington football team would do anything this year. Um, I'll take that back because I thought they were in turmoil with Dan Snyder. We already know how he is. turmoil. Well, Washington only have a last name because everything went on. But I still thought they would improve as far as a team because they had that defense. They had some good players that they had drafted, but mainly because of that defensive front. Kevin Stefanski, he had a lot of pieces in place with Cleveland. You just had to have the right coaching. It looks like he may be the right guy coming in, coming in at 9-3, and you see what they whooped our ass. Hey ho, I got my guy. Spot, can you save me with the $5 holla? Appreciate. Uh, I will let you give a call in. My call in line is down right now. I definitely do apologize. Stelios, you made a holla. Hey, with the $5 holla. Fire Mike Nolan, promote Edwards. Yeah, that'd be cool. But I am Spot. Can you save me? The line will be open. I just having technicalities with my YouTube, so that's the only reason why my calling hasn't came in. So I apologize. What up, Honcho? My dog. I really appreciate you. That's my dog right there. What to do, G Garcia? But listen to me. I understand the hella injuries. Your franchise quarterback goes out and I did a video about that 2 days ago. I just don't find a coincidence that you didn't pay your quarterback, you didn't take care of your quarterback, you took care of everybody else. You saying in the media how Dak is important and how this and how that, but you don't he ain't signed and we still have to go through this season instead of talking about draft picks. We're talking about a contract and a franchise tag and if there's gonna be enough money for Dak and is he gonna be signed? Are you gonna be trading him? See, we could have had all that alleviated, but you still didn't. And I feel like that's why maybe the injury happened because guess what? You're not going to win. You're not going to get a new coach, have a good team, and diss Dak Prescott and let him get. I don't care where you say Dak. I know, oh, Todd France wanted to get this. No, they wanted him to commit more years. He said he didn't because he didn't want to be controlled by that. Be happy with them 4 years if he want to do 4 years and try to get a championship in 4 years, and let's see what he does. That don't mean he gonna go to somebody else. Y'all greedy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all greedy. That's what the problem is. You Jerry Jones, you Joneses is greedy. And since y'all greedy, y'all don't want to let nobody ever do nothing. That's why people be wanting to leave y'all. And when they leave y'all, they do better because they ain't got that person watching over them and being over this. Like I said, you can control people with money. You know that? You can definitely control people with money. You can give people money here and there, slap money here and there, throw them this and that. But guess what? We seen it all day. Pimps. You know what I'm saying? Pimps, how they do. People who own people with money. I can control you. Yeah, I'm giving you this money. Yeah, good look, good look. But you know what? You're gonna do what I tell you to do because you don't do what I tell you to do. You ain't getting this money. So we seen that. So it can be you can be a control giver. And yeah, he give, but he control and give. You feel me? And this stuff is always backs into our team. And yeah, we can talk about why our defense is not doing good. Mike Nolan, Mike McCarthy, but at the end of the day, it's the top. We're still looking at the GM still making the what kind of decisions are being made right here? Because you got a guy who let me talk about Mike McCarthy right quick because I've been backing him and I'm not hating on Mike McCarthy, but I will say this about Mike McCarthy. I'm gonna talk about Mike McCarthy right quick. I hope I wasn't fooled by you, Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? I hope I wasn't fooled because I see this is what I can do is that you can't do, Jerry. See, when you sometimes you gotta come out and just say, you know what, I effed up. We effed up as an organization. We got to do this a little bit better. We effed up because maybe you know what, then I think Cowboys fans will have a little more not thinking about that 25 years or 26 years. We wouldn't be thinking about that. You know what I mean? If you came out and was like a little more humble with it. Appreciate you, Randall Nevis, for the $5 holla. Hey ho, Randall Nevis with the $5 holla. But maybe fans will be more genuine and be like, okay, you know what? We will it's tough these 20 some years, but you know what? We like hearing you saying, you know what, I'm sorry. We got to do better. We got to do this better. But you don't never really do it. It's always deflection. You feel me? It's always deflection from you, Joneses. You feel me? You didn't sign Dak, you made excuses. When I heard Jerry Jones and said why the reason why they didn't sign Dak Prescott, he said COVID. I heard him say it out of his mouth. COVID. Everybody else signed their people. He said it was COVID. You got smacked in the face, and it came back and it bit you in the ass, and that's why we 3-8, 3-9. I don't care what nobody else say just because of Mike Nolan. You know what I mean? It maybe wasn't a great hire, but you got this bad of a defense, these bad of a injuries. You do things wrong, you do people wrong, you don't sign the right people. It's called thing. I don't. They call it karma. This could be karma. All of a sudden now you have all these rash injuries. When was the last time the Cowboys had this rash of injuries? Hey ho, my dog Peter DeLeo with the 499 holla. But for real, when's the last time you seen a rash of injuries like this with the Cowboys? When it was times that to get his money, he didn't get it. He gets injured. You got these rash injuries like no other. You got all these other teams with better records than Mike McCarthy. Now, Mike McCarthy, I hope you didn't fool me, dog, because I was backing you. You know what I'm saying? I was backing you, Mike McCarthy, but I hope you didn't fool me. Let's get them damn likes up. If you up in the building, you know what I'm saying? We got 37 in the building. Keep sharing this because I ain't even shared this. I need more likes up in here. We didn't had that problem the other day, and then we made them likes come up. If you in this feed, get them likes up. But check this out. You didn't take care of your quarterback. All these rest of injuries come. I don't think that's by coincidence. And then Mike McCarthy, you was over there in Green Bay and you won all them games. And you know what? I was Mike McCarthy this and Mike McCarthy. I'll be the first to say it. See, I can admit when I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm really wrong, McCarthy, but I will say this. You could have had me fooled because people have said this to me in the feed. I don't know your name, so I'll be quick to tell you if you said it. I'll remember your name if you said it. But real talk, I remember saying, some people said, man, Mike McCarthy, oh man, he just good because of Aaron Rodgers. That's easy to say because Aaron Rodgers so good. I had a Green Bay Packer fan come in at my job today, see me with my Cowboys hat, and they said, "Hey, I'm sorry them Cowboys is losing, man. I'm sorry them Cowboys losing, but you know what? Y'all got Mike McCarthy." And he started laughing. You feel me? He started laughing at me. He said, "Y'all got Mike McCarthy." I said, "Wow, for real?" But then I started thinking right quick, like when I seen Mike McCarthy as a coach, when he had other quarterbacks, when he had that quarterback out of UCLA, I can't remember his name. What's his name? Somebody give it to me in the fade. When Rodgers got hurt, Matt Flynn, some other guys, they weren't good. He didn't win with them. He only won with Aaron Rodgers and Aaron. We see how good Aaron Rodgers is. If you got a franchise quarterback and you just build a good team around him, you're gonna win games. You don't got to be a dope coach. You ain't got to be a great coach. I've seen plenty of times when I coached, and we seen plenty of teams where you just the team is so talented, a la Barry Switzer. I'm not gonna say he was a great pro coach. Where else did Barry Switzer coach in the NFL after he coached Dallas? Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Why did he win? He won because that team was so damn talented. It wasn't no damn Barry Switzer was just the greatest coach in the world, and that's why he took the team right back to winning. They went back to Super Bowls. No, that team was just so damn good. And if you get a franchise quarterback as good as some Aaron Rodgers, you know what I mean? He grows in his own. You just put some good players around him, man. You're gonna bang every year. So maybe I'm thinking, you know what? When you didn't have Aaron Rodgers, you weren't so good. But when you had Aaron Rodgers, you were really good. So now you had Dak. You weren't really good with Dak. You in shambles. We keep on hearing miscommunication this, and we're talking coaches are saying this to players, and players are saying that. I mean, did Mike McCarthy, did you hoodwink? Did you bamboozle me? I'm willing, just me as a person, I ain't nobody. But hell, one more year is cool. But if you came in the next year, middle of the year, just playing like that again with Dak, nah, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, in my head, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. It's almost like we go through coaches, everybody jumps out. Well, let's go with this coach. Or what about this coach? Or what about this player? Man, it'd be the same thing. You got Jerry Jones also saying, I got a quote where he says, this is another thing where Jerry Jones makes it okay to what he does. He goes, "No, I'm seeing really good effort. We just had a guy, listen to this. We just had a guy nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. That's one of our great leaders in the team in Jalen Smith." See, you see Jerry Jones, you see what he do? He basically, that was my pick. And I hear all the criticism on Jalen Smith this year. So what I'm gonna do in the media? I'm gonna come in there. Yeah, we're playing with great effort. And by the way, we got a guy on our team, Jalen Smith. You know Jalen Smith? He was nominated the Walters Payton Man of the Year. Jalen Smith, he's one of our leaders. See how he tries to spin that so you don't feel so bad about wanting to rip Jalen Smith because he ain't doing his job as a linebacker. He's just regular. You probably shouldn't have paid him maybe that early because he's okay. He's not great. Even though his linebacker pay is not, I think he's like ranked 19th. He's not super paid. You know what I mean? But if you're making shit 12, 13 million a year, I'm thinking you should make some really good plays, not always after the line of scrimmage, but before the line of scrimmage. But you see how Jerry spins it? He spins it like, see, he's Walter Payton, nominated Walter Payton Man of the Year. You see how he be trying to spin it? That's how they spin it in the media, so they can always deflect from them. And then we talk about leadership. You know, I mean, I made a post on the Twitter. Yeah, I mean, it was it kills me about they talk about this leadership. You know, I keep hearing, and this ain't no shade to no players, but damn, if I was playing the game and I was doing this, I feel like people should be talking shit about me and it'd be okay. I probably wouldn't like to hear it, but it'd still be okay for you to say it. Yeah, I mean, but for real, we talking about we're the leaders on this team. So Dak Prescott was the only damn leader on this team. So he gets hurt. Who else is the leaders? You kept Tyron Crawford here, and that's all I heard from Brian Broaddus when he was on the show. All these Tyron Crawford, he was a glue on the team, and when he got hurt, it hurt the team because he was a glue and he was a leader. You know, he worked hard, whatever. Well, how come that leadership ain't working with him right now? Huh? How come we ain't hearing nothing about him? And then you got guys I ain't that are supposed to leaders that are top dogs, whether in pay or whatever. You getting paid. You supposed to be the top dogs. You supposed to be the ones getting in the leader room. But ain't nobody. I'm gonna keep it real. Like if I was a player right now, just me. You could probably be my boy, but even if you was my boy, I'm gonna still have something to say. I'm gonna feel some kind of way. But the guys that are supposed to be the leaders, always talking in the media, ain't to me ain't producing when you need it. If you a great player and you getting this and you supposed to be the dog when the team needs you the most, you're supposed to make a play. Not I pressured or I almost got there or I pushed him in here. You know what I mean? It ain't almost. The great players make the great plays. When I seen these great players in the NFL, NBA, they made it when it counted. Great players rose to the occasion. Okay. Great players rose to the occasion. When it was the big games, when they needed the most, that's when great players rose. That's why they were called great players. And there's good players, there's very good players, and there's great players. We got some very good players. We don't got no great players, especially on defense. Because if we had great players, I don't feel like this defense would be playing what it was. Because even if the scheme was bad, even if your coordinator Mike Nolan was weak, I think great players would still be able to bring out the best in other players, and they would be able to eventually make that defense solid. You know what I mean? But it's not even happening. You know what I mean? What's up? Oh, Sheila. You know, it's just funny. Nobody's listened to Woofing on each week. Nobody's listened to the Woofing. It was all good when the Hot Boys was created. You know what I mean? I thought that name was corny from the very beginning, but the only reason why I liked it when they called themselves the Hot Boys because I felt like the team did need an identity, especially on defense. The defense needed identity because for a long time there hasn't been a defense on the team for in a very defense. Dallas hasn't had a defense in a long time. So I felt like they needed identity. So if they were going to call themselves the Hot Boys and roll with it and have an identity, that's cool. And I felt like they played to the identity in 2018. But you know what? I feel like one thing about the bad thing about the Dallas Cowboys, and it's true, is they Hollywood. They get Hollywood. I feel like they don't press. They don't go as hard as they should. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. Just when I look at this season, I'm not really even I'm frustrated, but I already assumed this. Like it's almost like I'll be thinking this in the back of my head. And it's just the truth. I'll be thinking about these things, about this happening in the back of my head. But I'm one of them things where I don't want to be the pessimistic. I want to be an optimistic person when I think of the season. When I look at, okay, we got a coach who has won. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to playoffs. He's won championship. You have a team that's not void of talent. You have a team that's not like in the garbage pail of talent who's starting over, who has to start over from the very beginning. You can basically start where you left off, where there's pieces in place. You can go ahead and win. But guess what? The same thing happens, even worse. It's hard for me to get excited about when we're talking about draft picks and things of that nature, because it's almost, in my opinion, like the Cowboys players, to me, it's like almost Cowboys players have to be perfect for us to even think that we're going to get to a championship, to even think that we're going to get to a Super Bowl. The Cowboys have to be perfect as players. They have to draft perfect. They have to play perfect, because if they don't play that way, we ain't losing. I mean, we ain't winning. I mean, look at the teams. Look at the Cowboys teams. We almost had to play perfect these last 3-4 years to win games, play perfect football. Any little thing goes wrong, we ain't winning, because we have to play perfect football. And it's almost like you have to draft perfect players to overcome the front office, whatever it is, just the aura of it. I already told you what I felt it was, but I ain't going to go there. But it almost seems that way. And if it's not perfect, it ain't going to be right. I appreciate you guys. Life is Reggie and Q, Dre the Great. you know, because see, people don't want to talk about this. I mean, I can make a YouTube channel every single day. I can make a YouTube I have a show every single day, right? Oh, let's talk about the draft picks. And I'm not shading nobody. Please understand, I'm not shading nobody in this thing. Okay. I'm talking just about me. But I can make a show every single day, right? Every single day. Let's talk about the draft. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this player. Let's talk about that player. But damn, if the front office is still doing the same shit, you can get this player, you can get that player and that player and that player. But if it don't matter, it's going to be a same circle, an ugly circle. And what has it been? It's been an ugly circle. We've had many coaches, and it's been an ugly circle. And you still hear the same things coming out of the owner. No really accountability to the owner. So if the owner really doesn't have the accountability, I hear, don't jump in there and tell me, oh, he did say this. He still, to me, doesn't all the way just come out and say, you know what? I need to do better. I'm wrong. This what I've been doing is wrong. He's saying I can change and I will change. You 78, when you gonna change? I still see the controlling ways. How you gonna change if you the GM? What are you gonna change about yourself? What are you gonna do to change? You saying Jerry Jones is coming out there and saying, this is my stuff, so I run this and I'm gonna do it my way. Okay, that's you can. This is your team. You can do it your way. You bought the team fair and square. But what you gonna do different now? You said you're gonna change. What you gonna change, Jerry? I mean, who you fooling? Well, what's going to change them? All of a sudden, make us team where we're not mediocre, because Dallas is mediocre and they've been mediocre for a very long time. So, what's going to change to make me think there's going to be a difference now coming next year? You're still the GM. You and your son still have six roles between the two of you. You're still a family owned business. You don't let anybody else in. We keep on hearing about Willie McClay. We hear he doesn't want to do this part of it. Oh, well, that's perfect for you guys because y'all control all of this. Just let me do the football side of it. Yeah, well, he's happy with that. That's perfect for you guys because then you ain't got to worry about it. I mean, Mike McCarthy, he didn't. I came in thinking Mike McCarthy was not going to come in as the puppet role because it's Mike McCarthy. He won at Green Bay. He won with Aaron Rodgers. It's Mike McCarthy. I came in thinking like he's going to have some pull. He came in like just like kissing ass like everybody else. You came in like puppet style like everybody else because you lied to get the job. I mean, you said that you were in live press conference. We heard it. He said he lied to get the job. So you probably didn't do maybe some of the stuff you did do. You just knew that how bad you wanted to get back in the NFL. You knew how bad you wanted to get the job, and you knew what to do to get back into the NFL to make you look good. That's why you probably made that video where you said you were doing the analytics and all that other good stuff. And maybe that's why you're going for 25 times on fourth down to making sure like you let everybody know that you did the analytics. Maybe that's why you went fourth down. I don't know. Maybe that could just be me on some theory shit. But you get what I'm saying? Like Mike McCarthy, you lied about a lot of shit just to get the job. So maybe you thought it was all gonna be peaches and cream, you know what I mean? But now you saw it was a little bit harder than you thought. So maybe you weren't really prepared. We're looking at the team this year, right? The team is 2020 and this team don't look prepared, right? So maybe Mike McCarthy really wasn't prepared. I see these other teams winning. I mean, the team is a reflection of the coaches. And if the team looks unprepared every single week and keep on missing assignments and players are playing that bad, that's a reflection of coaches as well. You're not getting these guys prepared. So maybe, like I said, you lied to get the job. Lied, you said some lies in there. So maybe you weren't prepared as we thought you were, or at least I thought you were. I can admit I thought you was. But when I keep on seeing these things, it says you're not prepared. And then maybe Jerry Jones shouldn't have just said, "Okay, we interview Marvin Lewis because he's black." And we got over the Rooney Rule, but really, Mike McCarthy was my guy from the very beginning. But let me go ahead and do the Rooney Rule thing and get Marvin Lewis. Oh, well, Marvin Lewis come in today. Oh, okay, yeah, we interviewed Marvin Lewis. We did the Rooney Rule, but Mike McCarthy was our guy in all way. Maybe you should have looked at other people instead of just jumping to him. You know what I'm saying? I could have been wrong, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a guy that ain't in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you could come out if you felt like you was wrong in that situation. You fired Mike McCarthy. You know how Cowboys fans would feel you, Jerry Jones, if you came out and said, "You know what, I that was wrong. I dropped the ball on Mike McCarthy because I thought this. I thought this because I wanted to win so bad that I brought him in because I wanted to win now and I didn't want to wait. I was impatient. But this is how we're going to do it from here on out." I think if you come and say those type of things, fans and I think media like them like, damn, that's a change, Jerry Jones. That man is actually changing. And we would have more sympathy. I feel like more fans would have more of a heart and we wouldn't be so angry and so mad after all these years of going through what we go through. That's just my opinion. But that's not going to happen. And I feel like that's why this stuff is never going to change. And so we can get hyped about getting the top draft pick and do draft shows and we can do shows all day and talk about what's wrong with the defense and Mike Nolan, Mike McCarthy, and this injury and that injury. But as long as that shit keep on going on up at the top, as long as that stuff keep happening the way it is, it's going to be a nasty, dirty circle, and it's going to fool you. It's been a lot of fools go for a lot of us for a long time, and it's fooled us. And it's going to be a lot of fools go for a long time. And if it does change, and if it does happen, which I don't think it is, and you know what, you can jump in my face and say, "You see, you don't know, you thought you knew and didn't." I'll be first to tell you. So I don't have no problem admitting I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I don't been feeling this. I always try to pump it like it's not, but it is. So it's hard for me when we talk about draft picks and getting players because number one, you don't want to go out there and get the players because you're worried, you're scared, you're gun shy. We're not going to do it this way. You know what I mean? And so to me, it's just a dirty, dirty circle. And what's so bad about it? We're going to get fooled because we're going to win some games. That's how we get fooled. We'll win some games, get hype. We're always going to be falling short. Never get to that level that we want to get to again because you keep being on that control shit. And as long as you don't want to delegate as far as let other people trying to make moves up in there, football guys, because I don't feel like you are football guys. I don't care if you play for the University of freaking Oklahoma and was a great offensive tackle. You ain't no damn football guy. I never see where your son, you doing scouting, Jerry Jones, like you in the scout room, you doing film study and all that. Stephen Jones, you doing film study too? Y'all doing all that film study? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You over playing personnel. I think you would film study these guys. You know what I mean? You doing all that film study? You know what I mean? Or y'all just came right into it. Rather, if y'all brought somebody in, you gonna have to interview them. And you better did it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know what you did. We just know that you the son of somebody. You know what I mean? So when we get geeked up about all this and that, I feel like as long as that stuff happen, man, we just gonna be in that circle, that nasty circle that we in right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a nasty circle and it fools us and it fools all of us. And that's why we get excited every year because we love our team so damn much. You feel me? We love our Cowboys so damn much. We want to believe it's different. But deep in your heart, you be feeling like, damn, see, that's why I knew. But you do this. You know what I mean, I do it too. And you know, I told y'all the other day, I told y'all 2 days ago on my show, if they don't get Dak Prescott in here, because I don't care. See, I didn't believe a few years ago. I didn't believe about 2, 3 years ago, you know what I'm saying, when Dak was coming into the game, you know what I mean, he could go to another team and be that man. But I do now. I do believe Dak is a franchise quarterback now, and he's going to go somewhere else if they want to play them games with him. And let me tell you something: if you do Dak wrong right here, it ain't about the players; it's about the principle. And don't tell me that y'all was more than fair. Oh, we offered him a contract. We just want him long term. That just wants to show you how much we want him. We want him like 8 years, so you can keep him 8 years, and then in 4 years he's not getting that big money no more because you got him locked in for 8 years and you don't want him go nowhere, right? But you want to undercut him because you know each year that money's going up, and each year he's balling out, that price is going up. That's why you want to keep him locked in so you keep him cheap. Feel me? Don't play that dumb game with me. Don't play that dumb game with me, dog. Don't play that dumb game with me. That's why you want to lock him in for all them damn years, so you can just spread out that damn contract, keep it for the cheap, like you did Tyron Smith, right? But see, Tyron Smith ain't a guy who be chirping about that money. You feel me? Tyron Smith don't be chirping about the money. You know what I'm saying? He a humble guy. So you know y'all got Tyron. Y'all got Tyron. You know what I'm saying? That's why everybody don't be tripping on Tyron Smith, because he's a great tackle. But everybody go back to that contract. Oh, that's a great contract. It's a great contract for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Great cost saving, right? But Dak ain't trying to do that. You feel me? Because Dak busted his ass. Dak did everything he's supposed to do, and I'm balling, trying to get money. And ain't nothing wrong with that, because you see how quick the NFL is over. You see how, he could broke that leg and could never come back. And then what? Then what? You know what I'm saying? So that's why players do that. So let him try to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't want to do that. That's why you want to have this long ass contract, and then you want to spend it to the whole us. Oh, we want that. See how long we want him? We want him for 15 years. Yeah, but by 15, it's the fourth year, he getting seriously underpaid. Then he can't renegotiate. So I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear all this mumbo jumbo where you talking about this and that. We just love Dak so much. I see other teams that talking about they love their players and they sign them. You know what I'm saying? I hear all that. I don't care. I don't want to hear that. You're not fooling me no more with this in the media talking this pompous stuff like everything's supposed to just be true. It's not true. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me mad when we on Twitter every single day talking about draft picks, and we talking about players, and this person need to do this and this person do that, and y'all still talking that dumb stuff up top. That don't make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? That don't make me feel good when I hear this, because once again, that make me feel like we gotta get perfect players because of that goofy stuff that's still going on, that deceit and them lies that be going on up top. And everybody want to talk about everything else, but this is what I'm talking about. And everybody wants to say, "Oh, that's the easy way to always talk about." Well, why can't it? It ain't can't be the easy way, because I'm seeing 25, 26 years of the same mediocre shit. So how come I can't talk about it? Huh? How come I can't talk about it? We want to talk about all these other players and stuff, but damn, this is happening with different coaches, different players, same thing. Different coaches, different players, same thing. Lee Norman, you asked me. Hmm, Make sure. Let me put your question up here. No, I would not be mad if Dak left here and went somewhere else and went to another team. No, it would hurt me because I love my Cowboys. I'll put your question up here. No, like I said, there's a question right here, Lee Norman. I would not be mad at all if Dak Prescott left and went somewhere else, because I know now, as I was saying, he's a franchise quarterback now, and I know teams will want him and will win. I was a little suspect at that in the very beginning. I can't front. I was a little suspect, thinking, nah, he can't really go to teams and really be that guy. I can't front and say I thought that Dak was always that guy. I didn't believe that. But you know what? Dak busted. I mean, that do what you're supposed to do. You got talent and you worked harder. Peyton Manning wasn't the most talented player. There's been a tons of players that in the NFL and other sports haven't been the most talented, but they work, they hone their craft. They go hard, and that's why they become the best. And Dak has made himself into a very good player, and he can be great, a very very good player. So when I see that, you know what I mean, I'm like, he goes to a Bears. He goes to a lot of other teams. Yeah, they're going to be good. And don't you best believe if he leaves Dallas, Dak is not going to go somewhere and be a failure. You can best believe that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. What's up, Wink? He ain't never stepping down. He already said that. Like, and that's why it's like, why we even talk about that? You feel me? Like, there ain't no point even talking about no more. He already done said it enough times. He ain't never stepping down until he die. So that's just what it is. So it ain't nothing for us to talk about. You feel me? We just know that ain't happening. So that's just fakeness. He's never stepping down. His family is never going to sell the Cowboys. It's always going to be the Joneses. And I mean, I don't know. I just know one thing. I hope they really sign Dak Prescott, because if they don't, and like I said, I'm never a person that really falls in love with the player. Like, oh, they didn't sign him, I'm out. But this right here, this Dak thing, especially of everything that he's went through in his life, especially in his short NFL career, everything he's going through in his life. And if y'all keep pumping this, oh, Dak's our guy, this and that, but y'all don't get him signed, then be falling back a little bit. That's real, just real talk from me. I'm gonna be falling back a little bit, and I'll just be trying to figure out some things. You know what I'm saying? Because um, I'm not a person that'll root for another team or anything like that. Cowboys always, you know, how you say to be mad your team, then you come back. I could be like that. I could just be spitting like that right now. I wouldn't know how, because my emotions would be all over the place. But I'm fed up with this, man. The you, what's up, baby? It's just Dak's a different guy. I mean, I don't know. And no shade on Romo. Aikman, like, he's like that Aikman type guy. Like, he's that guy. You know what I mean? Um, hey ho, Aaron Lewis, my dog back is with the big game supreme. But Dak is what y'all wanted. And I go back to this. And I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but this is what y'all wanted. Like, y'all wanted a guy after Romo that could be your guy, and y'all got that guy, and he's done everything y'all wanted. He's grown, he's worked, he's stayed out of trouble, he's been a face of the franchise. You're gonna make money. Ain't that what you always wanted? Because that's what you always want, Jerry Jones. You want selling tickets. I think, if I'm not for sure, you're one of the highest paid. I mean, the highest attendance in the NFL. I think they're averaging at least 30, almost close to 30,000. I think they had 30,000 the last two home games. So you definitely let that happen because you want that bread. So don't say you don't. But Dak is very marketable to your team. He's going to bring in you money because he's a good face for the organization. So I just don't understand this. Like I said, it's just funny to me how when Romo wanted his job back, he wanted his job back. He said he wanted his job back. He said, I want to fight for my job back. And you said, no, Dak is our guy. But he ain't paid. That's what bothers me the most about this. And I'm not getting over that. That's what, maybe I should let that go. Let that go, Jay. I ain't letting that go though. You know what I'm saying? You had your opportunity, and I told you, Dak was a strong-minded. From what I've seen in Dak Prescott in these 4 years, that man's a very strong-minded individual. He is strong-minded. He's strong. He's been I can say damn near been through it all this young age and been holding his head up and still banging and battling. That's you got to respect a man like that. You got to follow a man like that. That's a true leader. You know what I mean? And even if you would have went with Romo in that 2016 season and Dak would have had to sit down, Dak would have took it, sat down, and would have been cheering on Romo and would have been having his back and would have been learning from Romo, and everything would have still been good. I really believe everything still would have been good. You know what I'm saying? So, and who knows what happened with Romo and sitting back? Who knows what happened? We don't know. Okay. But like I said, you didn't go that route. And when I feel like you didn't go that route, that told me that Dak was our guy. So if Dak was your guy, then y'all should have did right by Dak and y'all should have made it right. Maybe y'all don't do these contracts this way, but guess what? Sometimes when you got a different person, sometimes you do a different contract. It's okay. Maybe you don't do a contract like that to everybody. I get it. That's not how we do contracts here in Dallas. I get that. But maybe you do that for somebody different. Maybe if you did that different one time, maybe we didn't have these rash of injuries. Maybe Dak doesn't get hurt. Maybe we're winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of wild out here, man. Yeah, I mean, and I love Romo. You know, I never try to pit the Romo Dak thing, but I just was frustrated how, and I never want to. I don't ever want to bring that race card in here, and I don't even want to say nothing about that. But it just frustrates me when I seen how they gave Romo his bread, and it's not a story that we want to keep talking about because everybody wants to talk about now. But y'all got to understand those things that happened in the past impact your future, and that's just life. You do things in the past and I do things in the past, gonna come back and affect my future. You do, I do it. So you don't think with stuff that Jerry Jones and them decisions they made don't affect the team and this future and the stuff why this stuff is happening? So sometimes that's why when y'all gotta look at you can get players, you can get this and that, but when it's not right, it don't matter. Y'all still gonna go in that in a nasty circle. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You had Romo, who was undrafted, right? You gave him a contract, an extension. I don't care how it was huge at that time for somebody who only went in playing 14 games. He only played one full season, and he got bread. He got an extension, and he was undrafted. Then a few years later, he gets another extension, big money, and y'all had to wait. So I know y'all could be saying, "Well, we don't want that to happen again." But y'all did that twice, and the salary cap was still here, and Stephen Jones was still messing with the cap. So what are we talking about here? I know Stephen Jones was messing with the cap then. What up, Unc? You know what I mean? And he hadn't proven anything, and he got his money, and it's almost like y'all came with Dak with this. Okay, well, we can't agree. Y'all lying in the media. Cause see, you know, it's funny when I heard the interview. See, when I was hearing Steven was said they'd be double talking. Steven was talking about, oh well, the reason why we ain't signing that because it's them years. We want him locked up for a long period of time, and he wants to go on a shorter deal. Then when I hear Jerry sitting in the media saying, oh, it's because of COVID, then I seen Stephen Jones right behind him say, yeah, it was COVID. Well, which is it? Was it the years or was it COVID? See, y'all just be lying and y'all be back talking. And I see too many other teams out here manipulate this cap by still taking care of their own players. They dogs. And you didn't have any problem doing that with Ezekiel. This ain't no shade on Zeke, but you didn't have no problem doing it with Zeke. You didn't have no problem making him the highest paid. And you said you weren't setting y'all weren't out there setting the trend and all that good stuff. But y'all did it. And he still had years on his contract. Dak played this whole thing out. That's karma. I don't like to use that word all the time because it's just the easy word to use. But you did that for him, but you don't do it for Dak. And Dak watched that. If I'm a player and I watch, oh wow, he still got 2 years left on his deal and he get money. Whoa, and I'm out here banging, balling. I ain't saying a word. I'm staying out of trouble. This ain't hate. This is real life. I'm not in trouble. I'm doing my thing. I'm staying out of, I'm busting my ass. I ain't said nothing about my contract and I ain't getting no money. And man, my dog over here in trouble be wilding. He sat out and said bumping. He got paid. Got he the highest paid at the time. Damn. Wow. DeMarcus Lawrence, you've been hella injured. Like, no, this no shade, y'all. This is what I'm saying, thinking as a player. Like, damn, D-Law got hella injuries. Hella injuries. I feel you, know what I'm saying? He played on this franchise, you know what I'm saying? Then he got his money, but damn, been hella injured and them years ain't been super dope when you been here to get that kind of, you know what I'm saying? But niggas getting paid. Everybody getting paid up in here. I know I'm about to get paid. What? Oh, wow. We can't work on these years for me? Come on, dog. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign this franchise because it's COVID. I got to get my money. I got to get paid. I got to get paid because it's franchise. I mean, it's a COVID year. I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? But we'll see. So basically, I got to gamble on myself again. All right, all right. Now I come out here, I'm killing it again. You know what I mean? Now what? Now instead of us you signing me to that deal, we could have been moving on, and like I said, we could be talking about the draft picks and what we gonna what we gonna fit in as far as like are they gonna maneuver down? But no, like I said, what we talking about another year? A distraction. And that's what I talk about with this front office, y'all. Y'all don't want to gotta hear me if you don't want to. You can say I'm babbling if you want to, but I'm speaking the motherfucking truth here. It's the real shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because now instead of us talking about the damn draft fully, we're talking about the damn contract with Dak Prescott. And this is something we shouldn't be talking about, but it's another distraction. It's another distraction in Cowboys land because it's gonna be talked about every damn day. You think that draft is gonna be dominating? That's gonna be like, well, are you gonna sign Dak? Are you trading Dak? Are you gonna sign and trade Dak? We shouldn't be talking about this. Y'all should be signed. Should be talking about something else. But it's another distraction here. Even on mine, you talking like they were coming to them like, hey, we're gonna take a pay cut because we thought y'all was gonna come at them. No, you ain't gonna take a pay cut, Tyron Crawford, even though you ain't that guy like you were. Man, get that 8 million, 9 million. And once again, I ain't pocket watching or pocket checking. This is reality though. Y'all ain't making these guys take a pay cut, and you and these guys are getting taken care of, and these guys ain't producing like this man is. And we saw who the glue of the team is. And that's why this team is effed up right now because you don't take care of you got to take care of the right people. The people that do right by your organization in blood, sweat, and tears, and actually bleed for the organization, actually proud to be Dallas Cowboys in all the right ways. I'm not saying that, but maybe I don't know if Jalen Smith grew up being a Dallas Cowboy fan. Dak Prescott did. That's been documented. I know Jalen Smith likes that marketing ability because it opens his business. I ain't hating on nobody being an entrepreneur or no business. I ain't hating on what you do outside of that. But sometimes that can misguide you in what you're trying to do as far as on that football field. And that's the truth as well. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can be all in that other life on the outside of it, and then you can lose your focus on the field. But I ain't never seen that from Dak. I think he really bleeds this Dallas Cowboy shit. Like I think he really bleeds it. So I mean, he really bleeds it. Why he got to wait to get his money when a motherfucker like that, excuse my language, be bleeding his ass for like for the boys and he producing. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't pay him, that's why shit get happen. That's why this stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? You said Zeke was the straw that stirs the drink. No, he ain't. No, Zeke is not the drink, the stir that straws the drink. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you try to spin that to everybody because it was trying to justify your signing. Because see, you be trying to fool people once again, that media shit. You know what I'm saying? You be trying to spin it to us. See, Zeke is the drink that stirs the straw that stars the drink. You know what I mean? So that's why we paid on that 15 million. But I ain't saying nothing about Zeke. He got his numbers prove worthy. His numbers prove worthy. But we also know about running backs and that big money. Look at these top running backs right now. They be getting that money, be getting hurt. Christian McCaffrey, one of them. But get what I mean? But now that goes down. Now you thinking about, okay, well, that goes down. You got Ezekiel Elliott because he's the straw that stirs the drink. So he's going to come in here and wreck shit. Well, it's not happening. So then when they say, well, damn, the line is bad. Well, if you getting that money, then you're supposed to overcome that line a little bit and be even more of a dog because you that guy that if somebody goes down, you the next dog that's going to carry the team. And we supposed to ride you right now. And that ain't happening. So then what is it really? Because I can say Amari Cooper's still been a dog because he getting paid big money, but he producing. And he producing with Dalton, Gilbert, and I ain't shade. I ain't never shade. I said, you know what? Things have been brought up about contracts and this and that. And I said CD Lamb could be a number one, but Amari has always been a number one. But CD a number one too, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no shade on Amari, but I would say if we talking about offensive MVPs right now, it had to be some Amari Cooper because he's still producing with nobodies. But you don't got nobody's that's on the offensive line, but you ain't producing. But he ain't got nobody's as the quarterback. Andy Dalton ain't blowing it up this year, but he's still producing. He's having almost a career year. You know what I'm saying? So he earning his money. So I would say he's like that dog, but I don't know. So, I don't even know. Leonard says, what do y'all think we'll be gone this year? Well, like who? I don't know what's gonna really happen with this team, man. Hey, appreciate you to you. Be safe out there in them streets. But I'm gonna get on my draft stuff this weekend. I've been not really slipping, but I just get on my draft stuff. I don't be watching nobody else stuff, so don't be looking at my stuff like, oh yeah, I ain't. I don't look at none of y'all shit. I'm be looking at it through my own eyes. Might take some some evals from some people I think are some beasts, but I ain't be watching nobody else shit. This all gonna be from my eyes and what I think. Nobody else. So you can check out them shows if you like. We're gonna be getting that popping next week with that draft. I hit my guy Dalton Miller up. He works, 105 the fan. He does a lot of draft shit. He's got this blue chip scouting that he got rocking. So hopefully he can be on the hype. He was on my show like a couple weeks ago with Mike White, so we can get that draft stuff popping. Um, Cowboys got the Bengals coming up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want to see, if maybe some Bradley and I can get in there. Reggie Robinson, I feel like I don't understand what the weight is. I feel like, I don't know what you really hurting by removing Mike Nolan now. I said it about 3, 4 weeks ago. Fire him. I mean, if you did, what are you hurting? You're not hurting the team. Because if you fired Mike Nolan 4 weeks ago, what did you hurt the team? The team, you weren't going to look back at it and say, damn, they fired Mike Nolan. The team fell off the tracks. The team was devastated. The team was already trash. The defense was already trash. So you're not hurting the team or the mentality of the team by removing a Mike Nolan, let's say, and elevating a George Edwards the rest of the year. So if you need to play these dudes, like you feel me, like you need to play Bradley and I right now. You need to play Reggie Robinson. Play 3 damn snaps. You keep playing this dude, Rashard Robinson. Who the hell is he? He is a practice squad dude. Like he a practice squad dude, and you playing him and you got your fourth round pick, like I said, I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, does this dude not know anything? Because why can't he get on the damn field? He's still just playing special teams. That's wild to me. Let's see what y'all talking about. JP 1880. Yeah, I remember you. Giants fan. Let me get your question up there, Unc. It says, do you think Jerry Jones is trying to fix his team in a way where they losing? Um, I think Jerry Jones, as far as like I said, he won't just to me come out and just say I'm flat out messed up at this wrong. They deflect, and they'll say things without really just come out saying I messed this up or I was wrong. They won't. They don't like to admit that. They got too much pride. So I don't know what I don't know what Jerry Jones is going to really do with this man. As long as he's the GM, a 78-year-old GM saying the things that he says when you still talking about Jalen Smith being your Walter Payton Man of the Year, and he's a great leader of the team. I just feel like what ain't this. It's hard for me to really get excited about the team now. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. Um, it's hard for me to get excited when I hear somebody saying that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That don't make me get excited about it. It just makes me feel like, same old thing. We're gonna fall short. We're gonna probably win some games and get excited, but fall short. Um, y'all just don't think it's funny in y'all's head that I don't like I said, I don't watch other organizations like that deeply. Like I watch my boys, but I just wonder if every single year y'all have these weird blunders every single year and you're thinking, does every player just set records on the Cowboys? Or do these blunders where we drop an interception all the time and the next team pick always intercepts it and run it back. Like I know that's not true. It just seems like that. But damn, um, different coaches, different players, same thing. So we'll see what goes on, man, because it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of talking in the organization that sounds really good, sounds great, but I don't see change. Yeah, I grew wise. You know, I'm gonna keep it real. Who do I think wins the division? I mean, the way it's looking like you Giants may win the division. I mean, y'all got good defense, man. Y'all playing some really good defense down there, man. I mean, Joe. I mean, I've been talked about the D. It's not just the D, man. It's I won't even say it. We already. I'm gonna say it. We already know why it's it's happening, but you got guys who maybe just aren't as good as we thought they were. You paid guys who you thought they were this, and they really weren't. You know, one thing that got me really nervous in the very beginning, not nervous, but when I had heard, you know, Jalen Smith come out early saying, you know, we need to simplify things. Things are a little complicated. Now Jerry's talking about, I wish they wouldn't have did this. I wish they wouldn't have went with the defensive change. It sounds like excuses to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it just sounds like just a bunch of excuses because there's other teams that had new coaches, new staff, people they never been around. Everything was new, and they dealt with the same things the Cowboys dealt with. So why was it different with the Cowboys? It's to me, it's just a bunch of excuses. That's all I hear. I don't want to hear them. Oh well, the scheme was this, and other teams dealt with schemes too. Other teams dealt with different coaches doing different schemes, and we're going to do this a little different. How come they have better records than us? Because they, even if the worst record with Matt Rule, he's a college coach, came in from Baylor. He's 4-8. All the other new coaches have better records than us, and they're all new stuff. So what's the Cowboys' excuse? Because it sounds like there's a bunch of them right now. I don't believe that, Rodney. I don't believe that. I don't get in that kind of conspiracy theory. Wink, that ain't just the problem that it's not he catching the feelings. The problem that he in the way. He's in the way, dog. And you know, he got his hand in everything. You hear what he says? I ain't firing myself. I'm gonna figure this out though. You know, I don't believe you trying to figure it out at 50. I mean at 78. You know what I mean? The only way you figure it out is taking a step back. You're a control freak. And when you're a control freak, these type of things happen. You're a control freak, and that's what it is. That's just what it is. Eric Sanchez says, "Big game, James. Do you think the players on the defense just doesn't believe in the scheme of the defense, so they do their own things out there?" That could definitely be the case with Mike Nolan, because I know players will do that. If they don't trust the scheme, they'll go what they are naturally they're used to. And remember, they had Marinelli there for what 6 years. Marinelli got there 2014, right? I believe. So yeah, they could revert to that, but they were trying to play hero ball even when they were with Marinelli. They were saying that last year with Jalen Smith. They were saying that last year with Xavier Woods. They were playing hero ball, still doing their own thing. So it's just about they just undisciplined players. Obviously, these guys have must be undisciplined players, and if they are undisciplined players, they shouldn't be leaders. Like I said, you got Xavier Woods coming out saying, "Well, nobody plays 100% of the time." I mean, That tells you something right there. And then these guys, you don't, you can woof all you want to. You can talk in the media and talking about we're gonna kill them and we're gonna smack this and we don't give a hell. We place, it sounds all good, but after a while, that nobody starts listening to that no more. You can get it off 1 year and it works, but if the play ain't backing up that talk, ain't nobody listening. And I think that's why ain't nobody Dallas don't got no leaders because it was a whole bunch of woofing from a lot of players, but now they getting blown out and they looking at them players like, okay, well, if you guys are the ones that's woofing about this and that, then y'all should be the ones being out there making big plays. And I don't see that from them players. So that's why I don't be saying we great. And so when I see so many people in the media talking about certain players on the defense, they all this and that, I don't be believing it because they ain't difference makers because they would be better on this defense. And it can't just be the scheme. It can't just be. It has to be a lack of talent and the players aren't as good. And plus, maybe they don't study as hard. I just feel like there's a lack of a lot of things going on, but that starts from the coach. Hey, I hear what you're saying, Neil Bundy. With teams with new coaches and injuries have winning records. I hear you, but I know the Giants had injuries and they had lost a whole like five in a row. Giants had injuries. Washington's had injuries. I think not like Dallas, so I'll admit that they haven't had these crazy injuries like that. But I mean, you've been a coach for 13 years. You should be able to see this in the NFL. You should be able to overcome it. And let's be honest with ourselves. I'm not no disrespect or anything, but what you're saying right there, I've seen us in these games, this record that we have right now. Um, we have plenty of games we still could have won, even with this record. So it's not like we just been uh, just getting mollywopped. But we have plenty of games we should have won, could have won, but didn't. And it had to be some coaching as well. I agree with you on that, Aaron. Was it? Yep, I agree with you, Aaron. Only dogs I see are Diggs and Wilson. Now, D Law is very good. If you're building the D Law is somebody you still have to add on for sure. I don't think he's a great player though. I think he's a very good player, but D Law ain't great to me. I'm gonna say it again. He ain't great because great players make big plays in big games, and he doesn't do that. So you ain't great to me. And you can show all these pressures and hurries and all that, but I seen hella press people get pressure, step up in the pocket, throw a bomb for a touchdown. So great players make them great plays. That's why they're great players. They don't almost get there. They don't always make it. They don't just get you with the pressure. They get you when they need it most. And you don't do that. So I can't call you great. All right. I'll hit you up, BJ. But yeah, I'm gonna head off of here. I'm gonna probably hit BJ up. You know what I'm saying? Me and BJ may run it back. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Well, you want to just jump in now, BJ? You want to jump in now, BJ? Because I ain't gonna come out and come back in. You want to just jump in now? I'll send you the link. You can come right in. Y'all want to hear BJ? Stay right there. I'm gonna send you the link. My dog BJ Nix. Yeah, if you want to cash app your boy, see that name right there. Cash app your boy if you like. I just hit up my dog. Y'all remember James Whalen? I'm about to send you the link, BJ. I have my dog come in here right quick. All right, if you want to jump in, BJ, I sent you the link. So BJ may jump in here right quick. I say he closing the shop. We can run it back though, because I'm off tomorrow anyway. All right, I'll hit you up. Yeah. Let's do it on your channel. I can come on your channel. You send me the stuff, because I'm about to get off mine. Hey, but I appreciate you, everybody that was in here today. Great crowd, great crowd. Uh, so I appreciate everybody that was in the feed, man. I was just trying to spit some real talk today, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be trying to be like the guy that's like the, pessimistic dude or a dude that's always just trying to be a negative person. But damn it, I gotta keep it funky, man. Like this that's how I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can jump out and get all the draft people you want. You can jump out there and get this. We ain't doing shit in free agency, so let's keep it real. Like you gotta make some moves in free agency, like some major moves. You ain't gotta go nutty every single year, but you gotta make some major moves to really get your team over the hump, and they ain't doing it. So I don't get excited because draftable players just ain't gonna keep pushing you. You get a couple free agents gonna push you over that hump. We've seen it time and time again in every major sport. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna just be these all draftable players. You know what I mean? And your core guys. You gotta have to get a few free agents, and they ain't doing that. And then I still hear these same things from old ass 78 general manager talking about he gonna change. I don't believe you. You gotta show me. It sounds great. You've been saying you're gonna change this and change that. It don't happen. And I feel like as long as those fundamental things where you don't do right by people, these things are going to continue to happen. So hopefully, things do change. I don't see it is. I just feel like it's just going to be an ugly circle. But you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see what happens in this Bengals game. I want to see, what I'm saying, what these boys going to do if they get some other guys some player time. But I'm just tired of smelling the cheese and grabbing for the cheese and biting for the cheese. I'm not biting for that cheese no more. I bit it again this year, even though I knew in my heart it could be the same shit, same thing. You know what I mean? And then as soon as I saw that start falling apart, I'm like, well, see, different players, different coaches, same thing. So let's hopefully it's something different. But I think my guy BJ Nix is gonna go up on his channel, and I'm gonna jump on his if you want to jump on his channel. But I appreciate the donation. Appreciate my mods, Goon Gang. Goon Gang, we represent all my Goon Squad. We Goon Squad over here. You know how we doing it. Really appreciate everybody that tuned in on my Facebook feed. Uh, love you guys. Uh, just really love how you guys jump in on the channel with your great feedback. Sorry if I didn't get everybody, but I definitely appreciate everybody that jumped in the feed and doing their comments, doing their their thoughts. And it's a good thing to always do that. Shout out to my people. Like I said, once again, all my members came to. I saw you in the building. Uncle Charles, he was down in there. Wink, what's up? But yeah, you know how it is. We goon squad over here, and that's how we gonna run it, and that's how we gonna keep running it. Feel me? Um, uh, I think my boo thing, she got that. But check out BJ Nix's channel. I think he's gonna be going live. I'm probably jump on there. I'm gonna roll 024 in this piece. I got me some goody good. You know what I'm saying? Got me some good. You know what I mean? And probably gonna roll up another. You know what I'm saying? Get right before I holler on BJ's channel. But you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, baby, up in this piece. You feel me? Let me do it to you again so you understand it. I'm getting it. I want to get it quick where we like this. You feel me? But all right, I'll holler at y'all. Check me out. Probably run it tomorrow. I don't know. Boss got his own channel, you know what I'm saying? Doing his own thing. We usually do our Saturday show, but I think he got his own thing. But I'm gonna see if me and Boss will run it back tomorrow and get it popping. But uh you know what it is. 024 in this piece for life, baby. Cowboys, let's try to do something and I don't know. Let's figure something out. All right. Peace.